welcome to the channel. And today you find me out on another wet ride. But where am I going? Well, I'm trying out one of my tracks or routes that I've plotted in my maps. This is the route. I'm going to start here just outside of Yarm and head towards Swainby through Craythorne, and then through Osmotherley. I'm going to work my way through little villages towards Boltby before heading to Scorton and then Rievaulx. The route returns from Rievaulx, but this video is only taking us up to Rievaulx. So I'm on the outskirts of Yarm, and this road will take me to Craythorne, and as you can see it's still raining. And as we cross the A19, we'll see the A19 again later on. It was unavoidable, but I'm turning into Craythorne. Craythorne's been here since, what, the 1300s I believe, and it's still here. Only Craythorne Hall is now a hotel. Going up on the left is St Mary's Chapel. Apparently it used to be a cow shed, but then later on they got the funds to build the chapel. I think it's been there since the 1800s. But we're en route to Swainby. There's a car behind me. It's been behind me for a while, and every time I turn it seems to follow me. We'll see what happens here. He might go the other way. No, he's turning the same way. He's behind me again. If he turns here, I'll pull over. Yep, he's following. It's a bit wet, and I didn't like him being right behind me, and he was fairly close quite a lot of the time. But this road will take us to Swainby. But I'm not going to go into Swainby on this trip. I'm going to take the back road, the road less travelled. And here we are, Swainby back lane, covered with mud. But I think it's starting to dry out. Swainby is another one of these tiny little villages that seem to have been here forever. There's a castle just near Swainby, but it was all abandoned during the Black Death, so it's been there since, what, the 1400s? It's a nice little ride along this back lane. Bit slippy in places, and the bike's caked in mud because of it. And I'll take this opportunity to apologise for the view out the front camera. I had brought a cloth to clean the camera lens, but I forgot to do it. But the raindrops will dry off eventually, but they do leave watermarks on the lens cover. Silly me. Really gonna have to remember to pull over every now and again and clean the lens. So this is the end of the back lane. I'm going to turn right and head on top of the moor up towards the sheep wash and Kepwick Reservoir. These two little sharp bends on this hill get quite slippy in the wet weather. But this way to Kepwick Reservoir is always fairly quiet. There's the sheep wash in front and the ford that follows an old trader's route. That this is car park, or first of the two car parks here at Kepwick Reservoir. That was the larger car park. Here's the smaller car park. And they put a disabled bay right in the corner of that car park, but people tend to park their vehicles across the back of it for some reason. So if you're going to use that disabled bay, don't be in a hurry to leave, is my advice. There's the reservoir on our left. I think they started building this in the late 1940s and finished it in the early 50s, I believe. There's a shot of the dam. There is a nice walk around that reservoir, which is possibly why it's so popular up here. And this part of the road is always very busy. If you come up here on a sunny day, there's lots of traffic. And as we drop down in towards Motherley, this section of the road is always busy. And there's another church peeping out the top. I forget the name of that church. But that was Motherley. If you turn left here, you'll climb on top of the moor and the road will take you across to Hornby and Helmsley, which is a nice ride. But this road will take us through Thimbleby. I'll try and say that again. This road will take us to Thimbleby. And I'd forgotten about this, a little water crossing. And I slowed right down. I was looking left and right. Don't ask me why. I approached it like a junction. God, I'm old and confused. This took me by surprise. There's a car in that field. You'll see it a bit clearly. You'll see it clearly now. That car in the distance. He was towing a grass cutter. And this sheep wasn't sure what it was going to do, but it decided to jump through the fence. Here we are at Thimbleby. I believe Thimbleby was mentioned in the Doomsday book. And this is the one bit of dual carriageway I couldn't avoid. Just dropping onto the A19 southbound. But don't worry, we're not on it for long. We're coming off at the next junction. But it was an excuse to get the bike up to 70. It doesn't often go this quick. In my excitement, I'd forgot to close my helmet up and I was wondering why it was a bit breezy. But there you go, that's my adventure in 70-mile-an-hour Land Rover with for a while. now we're going to bimble through some back lanes and through some little villages that have all been here for centuries. They were all mentioned in the Domesday Book when William I, or as he was then, William of Normandy, or William the Conqueror, or William the Bastard. Take your pick. Lots of names, same person. Yeah, all these little villages were all mentioned in the Domesday Book. There's a cave round these ways. I don't know where it is exactly. There's a legend there was a hobbit lived in it. Sorry, no, not a hobbit. A goblin, yeah. There's a legend that there was a goblin lived in the cave and would turn the farmer's milk into cream or cheese overnight. Not too sure which one. I might have to look into it more. Horses, even though I slowed right down, they did get spooked, but they calmed right down. If I'd remembered to clean the lens, the view going forward would be as clear as the view going backwards. I nearly clipped this guy. Ye ramblers, wearing all black and hiding in bushes. More runoff off the fields. Muddy, slippy water. Now I saw a car coming in the distance, and as I wasn't in a rush, I decided to wait. Figured he'd have somewhere to go, or be working. And I was just out playing. Also, if there's anything coming the other way, he's going to hit it first. Another one of these little doomsday villages. This is Kepwick, and that structure down the road there is the gatehouse for Kepwick Hall, of all things. Very impressive. So technically Kepwick is these houses we're coming up to. I think there's some lime kilns around here somewhere. They're listed as an ancient monument, I believe. But I could be wrong. There's always more rain. I do like exploring these small, out-of-the-way roads. They're usually very quiet. Not much traffic on them, which is grand. Another nice little village church. I could make things up about these churches, no one would be any the wiser. I believe in that one, in St Wilfrid there. The moon landing videos were faked. this road was a bit worse for wear. On the right hand side the road was dropping away and there was potholes to dodge on the left. But it all adds to the adventure. And it was just lovely countryside to be riding through. I'm going to have to come back this way later in the summer when it's warm and bright and I've cleaned the lens on the camera. Who am I kidding? I've already cleaned it. I peeled the lens guard off when I got back and saw the state of the video, cleaned it inside and out, cleaned the actual lens and then reinstalled it. But if it doesn't get any better, I think I'll just remove the lens cover. Nice of this chap, waved me through. We must be coming into Boltby now. Oh, yeah, Holy Trinity Church. I think that's been there since the early 1800s as well. But there's been buildings on that site going way back. But we're going to start climbing now. Yeah, Sneckiate Bank, don't know where that comes from or what it's about. But we follow it and we go up the top of the bank, swing a right. And I was busy looking over my shoulder because I suddenly remembered I'd been here many years ago with my daughter. Cleveland Road. Then a spot of excitement. I'm standing up. Why am I doing a meerkat impersonation? Cramp. I suddenly got some dreadful cramp in my left foot. So I stood up for a while to put some weight on it. Oh look, you can see that blue cloth I bought. I brought that cloth just to clean the camera lens and I forgot to use it. Silly old bugger. This is a long straight road. Long straight road through farmland. But eventually we get to this exciting junction. Wow. Where you can either go left or right. And another bit of straight road. And there's some gallops along here. Horse gallops. You know, just caught the tail end of one there. But we come out the top of Sutton Bank. And to our right is the National Park Centre and car parking and a coffee shop and toilets. And there's also a nice walk from here to Kilburn White Horse. Did that with the kids. You can either walk the path along the top past the glider place, or you go drop down into the valley and approach it from the bottom through the woods. Ooh, another exciting road. But this one is only 60 miles an hour. Oh, I'll treat myself and push on. But we're only on it for less than a mile before we have to turn off. And this road goes through Scotland and on to Rievaulx. Here's the village of Scotland. Now between here and Rievaulx if you're riding this road of an evening, watch out for ghosts. There was a murder victim found along here many years ago. A naked body was found, still unidentified, I believe. They never discovered who it was. Yeah, so if you see a naked person roaming about late at night down here, don't stop. Could be the ghost of the murder victim. Now, I don't believe this little collection of houses has a name as such, or if it does, I'm unaware of it. But this is Rievaulx Bridge, or we're approaching the bridge. Here we go, Rievaulx Bridge. It's just undergone some maintenance work and has recently reopened to traffic. I'll pull up here. See if we can get a better shot. I'll move forward so we use the back camera a bit clearer. There you go. And then the distance, Rievaulx Abbey. So this is my stop for a coffee, and I keep coming back here because it's central to most of my rides around the North York moors. And there's the public toilets, which I'm going to avail myself of as soon as I get all this kit off, and then I'm going to wander in for a coffee. Bladder now empty, it's time to fill it back up again with a nice cup of coffee. Coffee, fruit loaf, piece of cheese. Marvellous. And any second now I'm going to be entertained by a lady trying to open the sliding door by pushing it. But this video is going to end here. Hopefully I'll see you in part 2 as I return home.
Thanks for watching Old Man in a Shed.